Okay, so this is a good blind pick for XRB to the moon.
This is what worked for Skill Cap Black in the past, but XRB has a new answer. It is time to see this match one more time. It's a revenge match. It's for all the marbles. Who is the #1 team in the EU?
All right, Waz charging right in, but Zeepai got combat for his team. There's going to be no cheeky sap opener for Waz. He's going to just stun up Blizzo. Raikou fake casts the Mind Freeze there. Nice play from Raikou, but Zeepai is going to commit the Gargoyle. As Raikou and Zeepai go head-to-head, they grip in Chaz, trying to catch him off guard with a full Asphyxiate. Tons of damage to follow it up. He trades out Pain Suppression to deal with this opening pressure. Now he's going to escape back to the pillar. A 1-for-1 trade. In the meantime, though, Skill Cap Black got Icebound Fortitude from Zeepai, so Zeepai's going to need to be a little bit careful.
Yeah, Looney caught into the blind, decides not to trinket out of it. Big burst over on Raikou. He might get taken down. Nice communication there from Chaz and Raikou. Archangel, as well as that Raptor, going to be thrown out to keep Raikou alive. That was such a close call. Very, very dangerous are all these swaps XRB is making.
Oh, they're making a swap over to Looney. Trying to get a trinket from this at least, but they're not finding it. Blizzo stuns Waz away. Any Magic Zone was... That was the first time I think like Zeepai has made kind of a misjudgment on that, unless Looney told him to use it, but that wasn't Icy Veins. So if they make another swap like that, Looney's surely gonna have to trinket during Icy Veins. And Zeepai also doesn't have Icebound Fortitude, so he can be a kill target. He grips in Chaz, but gets stunned away. Nice peels from Waz.
Yeah, big damage over on Zeepai. Doesn't have that Icebound Fortitude. Like we said, polymorph over onto Looney. Raikou channeling out that Ebon Bolt that gets shut down by Blizzo. Nicely done. Raikou actually blinks the Light Sweep there, so very nicely done. Blizzo wasting that Light Sweep, not able to get that big stun off. That would have been huge pressure as Raikou doesn't have a trinket for it.
Ooh, Ebon Bolt, Frozen Orb drop. They're trying to punish that anti-magic zone from earlier. Looney uses his trinket. He's going to be able to survive, but Raikou still didn't use the Icy Veins, so they're baiting out cooldowns left and right from Looney. This next swap to him could easily close the match.
Yeah, Skill Cap Black has a lot of pressure in this matchup. Zeepai doesn't really have any defensive cooldowns. Raikou, like we said, still has that Icy Veins, but big burst out. Temportion must use, but he has to overlap it with the Ice Block. Blizzo and Zeepai racing that cooldown, able to get it. Touch of Death still available for Blizzo as well.
Waz goes for the swap. He gouges him, but he swapped Earth Shield. Waz doesn't want to go into Earth Shield, so they're going to polymorph him instead and chase down Zeepai. Zeepai sees that coming. He's trying to race walk away. Waz was forced to stun him, but he already line of sighted the mage. Great positioning from Zeepai. They deflect that attack. They buy themselves more time for Looney to get his trinket back.
There's the grip on a Chaz. Light Sweep as well. He has to trinket out of that. Drop that powered barrier to keep himself alive, but small victories for XRB. Getting out those cooldowns, getting out that human ratio, the trinkets, very, very important for them to eventually land a kill. And if you look at the defensives, no trinkets going to be available for Skill Cap Black for quite some time, but here's the triple CC. Zeepai in a lot of trouble. AMS going to be used. Blizzo trinkets out defensively, trying to peel anyone he can. Puts the Incapacitate over onto Raikou. Slow down that Frost Mage damage. Corpse Shield's going to be thrown out by Zeepai as well. He is still sucking around 40% damage. Waz taking a little damage. Blizzo trying to put that counter pressure over onto him and make him think twice about chasing down Zeepai.
We can see Chaz activated Rapture and Archangel at the same time. He's basically invincible if he's not crowd controlled at this point. Just spamming up powered shields. Paralysis is buying time. Waz is forced to grapple away. Now he won't have grappling hook to catch Looney off guard, which means XRB to the moon has just bought more time to get Looney's trinket back, and that's all they're doing is stalling. They need to wait for Looney to get his trinket back so they know he won't die in a swap later on. They've got decent pressure on Waz. He was forced to use the human trinket. Looks like he's trying to get something cheeky with Looney. Waz keeps ducking in towards Looney and then moving back late. There's the grappling hook. He pre-Earthen Shield totems, so they can't go after him. They're going to go after Zeepai instead, but Zeepai had Icebound Fortitude available for this attack if he even needs to use it. Great reads by Looney. Zeepai's trying to play it greedy. He's going to trade out, and at the end of the day, he's going to use both and try to get aggressive on Waz. Waz immediately retreats away from that scene that he got 2 for 1. Now Zeepai is the opening target.
Yeah, Zeepai had a beautiful Asphyxiate there over on the Chaz. He was in a position to land that fear. Eventually he does, but they've managed to break up that CC chain, which is so important. Now Zeepai and Blizzo able to connect over on Raikou with the Fist of Fury stun. Chaz used his second trinket there as well, so no trinkets available for at least a minute on Chaz. That's a big opportunity for Blizzo and Zeepai to take him down. Raikou trying to build up that damage. Those Frostbolts like we talked about. Looney at the pillar. He's playing very, very defensive, trying to avoid Waz, but Chaz chases in, tries to get that fear, but he gets gripped into the leg sweep. Big pressure out onto Chaz right now, but the gouge on the Blizzo is going to shut down most of it. Not much burst happening with that opportunity. Now Chaz in a position to get the fear out of the polymorph. Big damage over on the Zeepai. AMS not going to be available, but the AMZ comes back up. He's going to be line of sighting with Waz, putting him into the stun, avoiding that frostmage damage with the AMZ.
Yeah, Death Strike usage from Zeepai has been really good to just constantly keep himself tanky, and they've bought time for both trinkets, everyone's trinket to come up. Chaz is getting tapped on mana. We're getting closer to dampening, which is going to be the ultimate kill factor for XRB to the moon. They've got one ice block out of the way. Waz is looking decent to survive, but Chaz isn't. If they make another swap to Chaz, he could easily get bursted down. Touch of Death, Strike of the Windlord. There's a lot of pressure available. Looks like they want to go after Chaz, but
Thunder
time, Waz switches over to Looney. The solo kill! They find it!
There is the plunder. So much damage coming from Wazzer. That's that huge cooldown Zico was talking about earlier.
Out that position, and now here comes the pirate ship sailing through. There it is, stun, plunder. There, that's Looney's trinket right there. He should trinket and astral shift right there. He doesn't do that. He trinkets a little bit too late. And
leading by 1. This is one of their bread and butter comps. Waz teching in on that outlaw road. It has been able to take down XRB in the past. Let's see if they can go on a warpath here and prove they are one of the toughest teams to beat in the EU.
Yeah, I wonder if Waz is maybe RPing IRL, if he's wearing a captain's hat and like an eye patch or something, because he looks so fluid on the Outlaw Rogue. His tricks of the trade are perfectly timed. Raikou always gets his burst off during the window. He catches these surprise swaps with the grappling hook, and he just looks phenomenal on the Outlaw Rogue. He's really showcasing it perfectly.
Yep, and I do agree with Zico that if Looney just respected those cooldowns a little bit more, their team was still in a very good position to win this matchup. Skill Cap Black obviously going to be leading in the first game. Raikou looking to get aggressive early on with the blind over onto Looney. Zeepai is the target of choice. Doesn't look like there's going to be any follow-up. Nice Fist of Fury stun coming in from Blizzo, denying that incoming sap from Waz. Pistol stun over onto Blizzo. Raikou still trying to get out that damage, but didn't really commit anything. Still has that Icy Veins. Skill Cap Black still in a very good situation.
Yeah, Raikou just blinking around, trying to get a polymorph to get a little bit of distance, and they make the swap on the Looney. I think he pre-earthen shield totem, so they can't get anything from that. Nice read from Looney. Flex the attack. Now Blizzo and Zeepai are going to have a lot of free time to just run at Raikou. Ride the Wind is down. Waz is trying to peel back. He's trying to dodge the stuns, though. He got rooted by Looney. Nice root there. Waz is just stuck doing nothing on that tricks of the trade. Really well done from Looney.
Gouge over on the Looney. Is there going to be any follow-up? You can see Chaz trying to waddle over, but it gets rooted up there, so not going to be a follow-up here. Zeepai kind of taking out all of this damage. Look at Raikou. He's in a position where he can finally just spam out those frost bolts. Now he's going to have to throw out those polymorphs, but Incapacitate comes in. Nice swap over onto Chaz. They need to get those interrupts onto him, though. Interrupting that Shadow Man as he gets lower and lower. Rising Sun Kick going to be bursting him down, but nice double CC. Now a big swap over onto Looney, taking huge pressure, but the damage wasn't found. Finally, big burst coming in from Raikou, but Looney's going to be able to survive, not using a single defensive cooldown.
Yeah, he had Earth Shield on himself for that attempt, and I like this aggression on Chaz. I think running down the Priest is going to force Raikou to poly and play more defensive, or else risk Chaz's life. He's not able to get the damage out either with some offensive plays if he's the primary target. Zeepai trades out anti-magic shield as Looney kind of ran into the middle of the map. Maybe he's trying to reposition away from the tomb. He doesn't want to stack on Chaz, but while he was repositioning, he's exposed himself, and now he had to trinket out. He's trading with the Plunder armor. Icy Vein still available. Zeepai's the one that's going to have to deal with that with anti-magic zone. So let's see if Zeepai keep his head in the game.
Yeah, Looney, though, does not have Trinket for Blind. That is a huge opening for Skill Cap Black, and it's the reason why they make these swaps over on Looney. If they can get his Trinket with a swap, they can just blind him up, and now Zeepai's in a lot of trouble. Full blind onto Looney. If they have any follow-up CC, that's going to be dangerous, but Raikou also taking a lot of burst, not able to get out that damage, forced into the ice block, so that counter pressure coming from XRB, very important to slow down that go from Skill Cap Black.
That was smart from Waz. He traded out his riposte or his parry right when Raikou blocked, so he couldn't get swapped to any immune, any stuns potentially there. He's looking for a swap to Looney with a double fear on the DPS. Great play, but Looney with an excellent pre-timed Earthen Shield totem. Once again, it's almost impossible to catch him off guard, and they're just forced to polymorph him. They're trying to go after Zeepai, but he's got the nice chains of ice on Waz, trying to keep him in place. Paralysis on Raikou. They're stalling out for Looney to get out of that polymorph. Really good stall tactics from XRB to the moon. I'd like to see a little bit more offensive play from them to really solidify them overall, though.
Yeah, they could play much more aggressive onto Chaz. Here's the double stun onto Chaz as he gets lower and lower. He has the Rapture and the Archangel. Touch of Death can be committed by Blizzo. Chaz trying to get away right now. They still have an opportunity to take down Looney. Looney, but the pistol stun comes in. Looks like most of the damage is going to be used over on a Zeepai. Fear coming in from Chaz as well. Zeepai trying to, get away. Kite Waz is going to be using that Chains of Ice, line of sighting any incoming damage from Raikou, but Raikou manages to drop the Frozen Orb. AMZ is going to be committed now. Big swap over on Waz. He has no trinket. Life Grip is used by Chaz. Beautifully done. And at the same time, Chaz gets gripped in, and Blizzo and Zeepai going to be changing their attention over onto him, making it difficult for Chaz to actually top off Waz in this situation.
Yeah, that trade of places. Now they swap back to Looney. He trades out the Astral Shift, but it's before the Plunder Armor. Trinket's coming up, so he'll at least have that option, and Waz is just gonna tunnel him, I guess. Raiku's in trouble, though. Now he's rooted behind the cart. He was able to get dispelled, luckily. Chaz, though, into the full Hex. Nice play from Looney. Great offensive setup there. They get an ice block as a result. Looney's on the run. He knows that he traded out Astral Shift before Plunder Armor. He also knows that Zeepai could be a target with no Icebound Fortitude, so Looney has to be ready for either himself or Zeepai. Waz jumps over. He goes for the blind. I don't think he has Earth Shield on himself, so they're going to go after Zeepai. Tricks of the trade has been committed. Raikou blinks. He lands the poly. Zeepai needs to survive for another, possibly 8 seconds. He's spamming out Death Strike with Corpse Shield. Corpse Shield absorbs the damage. Death Strike heals him back up. The stall tactics are good. Zeepai staying in the fight. Looney leaves the crowd control. Now it's go, go, go time, Ben.
Yeah, and Looney still has that trinket for that swap if they ever do it. Raikou down to 50% HP. Chaz going to be dropping that power word barrier, but Raikou getting no value from that. Nice Hex coming in from Looney. Chaz, he's trying to just line of sight. He doesn't want any follow-up CC. Nice temporal shield by Raikou, but it's not going to heal for very much. Zeepai and Blizzo all over him right now. Chaz trying to spam out those efficient heals, going for that double fear, but you can see Blizzo just line of sighting. He realizes what's going on. Looney once again pre-Earthen Shield totems the go, but now Looney's into the fear. Big damage onto Zeepai. He doesn't have Corpse Shield, no AMS, no nothing. He's stuck out of line of sight of Looney, but Looney hops the Ascendance, trying to get those heals out. Nice mind control coming in from Chaz to slow down some of that healing. Gouge over on the Waz. Raikou not able to get much damage out in that go. Still has the Frozen Orb available, but now Zeepai has that AMS.
Yeah, Zeepai should be able to survive. Looney now with Trinket. There's the Asphyxia on Chaz. He pain suppressions. He's not fooling around. He knows Raiku's got no ice blocks. He trades that out instantly. They are maybe going to just keep chasing a Hex out of the paralysis. These Hexes have been game-breaking. If Looney can keep sneaking these in, Raikou is surely going to go down. Looney's doing a great job both defensively and offensively, and here's the damage. There's the Dragon Punch trying to take out Raikou. He gets gripped back into the fight. Waz jumps over to try and peel. He stuns away Blizzo. There's the Tricks of the Trade, but Raikou gets wind sheared. This Tricks of the Trade not getting too much value. They drop Frozen Orb to try and make something happen. Looney's trying to kite away from Chaz on the pier. He gets caught by the poly. Zeepai trades out Anti-Magic Shield. It's a race to the finish. I think Raikou is the one who's going to fall first if they can stay on target. A DR stun. The first misplay from Waz. Zeepai's going to have great uptime now as a result.
Yeah, stun over on a Chaz. He uses the human racial into the asphyxiate. Raikou trinkets out of the stun. He gets gripped back. Zeepai and Blizzo all over him. How is he going to survive? Well, guess what? He's not. Windwalker. We haven't seen that from XRB. And maybe a more defensive strategy could work, but I think it's just so scary that Assassination Rogue versus Resto Shaman is a ticking time bomb.
Well, let's see how flexible XRB to the moon can be. We already know they are one of the best teams when it comes to playing late in the game. Let's see how fast they can play as well, but Skill-Cap Black gonna put up a fight.
All right, Looney's team are set up defensively. Looney expects to be the target, so he's got Earth Shield on himself. That means Waz is gonna go probably on the Death Knight Zeepai. He gets a Garrod on 2 players. Waz is baited behind the pillar. They grip Chaz in. This is where the Purges need to come in. If Looney is playing Electrocute, he's got to go aggressive with this. They managed to get Barkskin in the initial assault. That's a great start. Next time they need to look for a trinket. I like that Looney gave up on the Purges there. He knew that they weren't going to get it. The Barkskin was traded out. Now the next time they go, they need to do it all out.
They should have chased Chaz down in that situation. He had pre-Ironbark Waz, so he had basically no way to recover his HP at that point. Kidney shot over onto Zeepai right now. AMS going to be used with the blind over onto Looney, so Zeepai deflecting some of that incoming damage. Looks like Blizzo and Zeepai trying to turn their attention over onto Raikou, get that damage out. Chaz in a very defensive position. He wants to be really far away from Zeepai, so Zeepai cannot get those grips into that asphyxia.
I mean, I feel like XRB to the moon are playing Skill-Cap Black's game. They're stacking up. They're getting multi-dotted. The Arcane Mage is doing whatever he wants in the bag. They're doing these cheeky swaps to Waz by gripping him behind the pillar, but Human Rogue, he's going to be able to get out of a lot of those setups, and he's going to trade evasion for this attempt. Maybe if they can do another one very shortly, they could catch him off guard, but Chaz has Ironbark. Chaz should be able to maintain his mana quite late into the game as well against the Resto Shaman. Looney getting counterspelled. Raikou looking like he wants to try to make something happen, but it's not really coordinated with Waz right now. No death grip, so it's going to be difficult for XRB to set up something. I don't really like this stall strategy, and that's what they're trying to use, is grip the rogue in, line of sight the mage. I feel like if this goes deep dampening it, the Arcane Mage Assassin Rogue is going to come out ahead, though.
Yeah, they're making it difficult for Waz to decide to push in, though. That's why they're attacking him so much. He doesn't have the evasion. There's the kidney shot over onto Blizzo. Not much damage is going to follow it up. And now a Fist of Fury stun onto Waz once again. Big burst connecting by both of them. Can they take him down? There's the Iron Bark from Chaz. Waz not using his trinket there. That was such a scary situation. But look, Waz is thinking twice about pushing in and getting that damage onto Looney.
All right, asphyxiate onto the Cyclone of Chaz. Raikou got swapped too. He used Temporal Shield though. He's going to bounce back. Zeepai getting vortexed into the open for Raikou to free cast. Nice positioning there from Chaz. Chaz is moving forward with Raikou. I'm kind of wondering what else to do. I think he wants to get a Cyclone out of the Polymorph chain here, and Blizzo's basically in timeout, but they managed to dispel it, and Paralysis, the Cyclone, great coordination there from Looney to stop the Cyclone off that chain. Blizzo is now leading the charge on Waz. They interrupt Chaz with the pet interrupt. Nice micromanagement from Zeepai. Chaz has just been looking for a clone for so long, but he's falling behind with all the time he's taking to do it. Now he was forced to trinket from those aggressive clone plays, and with no trinket, he is the opening target for XRB, and he needs to be absolutely careful.
Yeah, and while all of that was happening, Waz actually got a kidney shot with Vendetta onto Looney. He trinket and used the Astral Shift, so a big victory for Skill Cap Black. Raikou still has that arcane power. The next kidney shot on Looney could be dangerous, but Zeepai seems to be the target of choice, and Waz isn't even... Look at how far away Waz is right now. This is all pressure coming in from Raikou on that arcane mage. Once again, if XRB is going to be clumping up behind the pillar, and Raikou can push in, and look, he's not being challenged at all with his offensive positioning. Oh, the blind comes out and he breaks it with the Arcane Barrage. That is very unfortunate for this Rogue Mage setup.
All right, they get a full Polymorph, though, which is going to force the Icebound Fortitude. At least they didn't get nothing from Zeepai. He's trying to retreat back to the pillar, spamming out Death Strikes. He breaks the Poly with Mark of Alanith. Great positioning from Zeepai there to get Looney out, but Waz lands the kick out of that. Chaz still has no trinket. I really want to see them set up an all-in purge on Chaz shortly here. Zeepai's just trying to recover for now. Blizzo's getting crowd controlled. A Paralysis out of Bear into a Death Grip could easily close the game. Chaz is trying to stay far away. They go for a swap to Looney. 3 Earthen Shield Totems. Once again, Anti-Magic Zone denies the arcane power. Looney should be able to recover with Ascendance. He gets kicked. If they can keep kicking him on the heels, maybe he'll stay far behind. He gets a healing wave. That's going to top his whole team off with Ascendance. Chaz is moving in. He's being sneaky, and I don't know if he wants to be sneaky right now with no trinket for 30 seconds. He immediately retreats back. Zeepai grips him in. This is a play, but he pre-bear forms it. Excellent from Chaz. That's what XRB have been trying to do for the last minute and a half, and Chaz shuts them down.
I just don't know if this is the best strategy. You're just attacking into an Assassination Rogue. Spam Feint, very, very tanky class, but they're getting pressure this way. Raikou's having a field day with Arcane Missiles and Arcane Barrage against these stacked targets, basically doing whatever he wants in this game. Mana, Looney somehow still ahead in this matchup just a little bit. Still has a lot of those key defenses, the Trinket as well as the Link in the Astral Shift, so he should be fine. Waz no Vendetta, Raikou no Arcane Power. Nice double stun coming in. Chaz going to be committing that Bark Skin to keep himself alive. But this is a moment where XRB could try to push through, but they just give up. They don't like to go that aggressive. They want to go back, just hit Waz, play it safe.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they're just going to test the water. Maybe they can play for the late game, so they're going to try that first. We can see Zeepai, though, caught into a kidney shot. Everyone on his team is about half HP. Phantom Knives being spammed by Waz, and everybody's dotted up with poisons. Shadow Step kick on the Looney's heel. They're trying to go on to Chaz with no Bark Skin. He's trying to play it greedy and sit through the stun. He gets away with the greed. Nice peels from Raikou. Now bashing away Blizzo. Chaz in retreat. He closes the gap. Now he's escaped. Nice Vortex there on the ride to win. That's great from Chaz. Zeepai is still low. Looney is trying to recover. A counterspell on him could end the game, though, with Zeepai having no defensives. Looney has to be careful. Blind. Is he going to trinket? It's kind of greedy not to trinket the blind here. Well, Zeepai doesn't have very much to survive. He's trying to greed it. He trinkets into a sap. Waz with the sap, but he's linked it.
He killed the link. What is going on right now? Beautiful plays coming in from Skill Cap Black. Polymorph onto Looney. Zeepai still in so much trouble. Blizzo trying to peel him up. Looney doesn't have that much healing to keep him alive. Earthen Shield Totem and AMZ going to be used out by Looney there to keep Zeepai alive. But now a kidney shot on the Looney. Zeepai still trying to run away, keep himself alive. Death Strike after Death Strike. Blizzo now caught into the Polymorph. Cyclone onto Looney. Nice control coming in from Skill Cap Black.
Zeepai still has nothing. He's just stunning Waz to try and not die behind the pillar, but a full Polymorph has been secured. Everyone is in crowd control. Zeepai is flailing for his life. He grips Raikou in. He gets stunned. He Icebound Fortitudes at the last second. Looney gets bashed. Will Icebound Fortitude be enough? They're trying to clothesline Chaz on this aggressive play with a leg sweep. Zeepai is still just so dangerously low. Dampening is starting to mount. Another Shadow Step kick landed by Waz. Looney's trying to get out a healing wave. He's trying to fake cast the counter spell. Finally connects one healing wave amongst the pressure, and Zeepai somehow hangs on.
Yeah, manages to survive another go. Now Looney's actually ahead on mana. Turns out when you get CC'd for a long time, you can regen a lot of mana out of combat. Now Looney has the Earth Shield on himself as arcane missiles connect. Raikou still putting out big pressure. Chaz, you know, in a little bit of trouble, not using the Barkskin, opting to use that Iron Bark, displaces behind the pillar. Looney gets caught in the sheep. Zeepy into the kidney shot, and that is it. Arcane Barrage connects with that Vendetta. Skill cap Black going up 2-1, and honestly, I can't help but feel that XRB either don't have the experience.
Raikou doing a lot of damage to Looney here, and this is going to force Looney to run away and spam heal himself. Now, what Raikou does here is that he sheeps Looney when Looney thinks that they're going onto him and they're going to be killing Zeepy instead.
Have to change the way they play if that happens.
XRB has a really good shot here of being able to extend this to a game number 5, but Skill Cap Black trying to shut down that dream. If they win this one, not only do they go to the grand final to compete for $5,000, but they will secure their spot as the #1 seeded team in the EU headed into the spring finals. Let's open up these gates.
Yeah, and how is XRB going to be playing this one out? Aggressive or opt for that defensive playstyle to shut down the goes, try to out mana, try to survive? Zeepy and Blizzo going to be playing back at the pillar. Raikou casting out an Ebon Bolt very early on onto, I believe it was Zeepy, but really not too much damage felt. There's going to be a full blind onto Looney as big burst goes out onto Zeepy. He responds with the AMS. Sap onto Looney as well. Can they get more from Zeepy? Are they going to be able to get that Icebound Fortitude? Still big damage committed, but Zeepy manages to survive. Urshield gets swapped over onto him, and he should be fine.
He stored up all that runic power, used 2 death strikes in a row, and was able to stay alive. Now he's popping the Apocalypse, trying to blow up all those diseases onto Raikou, but he pre-temporal shielded it. Perfect timing from Raikou. He's Frost Novaing all the little undead minions, kiting them with the Blizzard. Good kiting from Raikou. He's trying to drag them back into the Blizzard to reset the cooldown of his Frozen Orb. That's a smart play, but it's an aggressive one. Now he's forced to block as an aggressive decision, but he's got his Orb reset faster. Maybe they can make a play happen here. Gouge on the Looney into a full fear. Are they going to swap to him? I'm trying to figure out if Urshield's on Looney. It is not. They're going to swap to Looney with no Urshield. Tricks of the trade, Frozen Orb. That reset earlier could buy a kill. They trade out Anti-Magic Zone as a result, and that won't be available for Icy Veins later on.
Yep, Plunder, Armor, and Icy Veins still available. Blizzo gets caught into the gun stun. Chaz going to be spamming out some smites there to help his team with some damage. Shadowman connects onto Raikou. Blizzo and Zeepy back onto Raikou. Pre-powered barrier, nicely done by Chaz, slowing down a lot of that incoming damage. That was beautiful to keep Raikou alive in this situation.
No Urshield.
Evan's gonna be, he gets stopped. Nicely done by Zeepy using that pet to shut down the Ebon Bolt. That would have been huge burst on the Looney.
I love these blizzards from Raikou on Zeepy, resetting the Frozen Orb and also keeping him snared. Looney now with no trinket, has to have Urshield on himself, I would imagine. He's going to switch that over. I mean, Zeepy has his own defensives. He should be able to survive. He Icebound Fortitudes, he race walks away. Looney needs to buy time for his trinket again, so XRB to the moon are going to try and stall this out. They've got the mana lead. They need to keep a clear head if they want to bring this to a Game 5, Vin.
Yeah, Chaz, he used a trinket there. No trinket, no pain suppression, no Archangel, no Rapture. Touch of Death available for Blizzo, but they look like they are going to be committing it onto Chaz. This is exactly what I wanted to see them do. Asphyxiate onto Chaz. They need to go all in here. They can definitely take him down. Chaz struggling to heal. They need the purges from Looney.
One purge.
Penance comes in. Do they have an interrupt? Doesn't look like a power shield. It gets gripped back. Shadowman casts out. They don't have the interrupts. They need to be interrupting these casts. There it is. Can Zeepy and Blizzo continue to train him down? Waz looking to get some damage over on the Looney. I believe he actually pre-Earthling Shield totem once again, so delaying that go from Raikou and Waz with that totem. Chaz still getting trained down.
Yeah, now he swaps Urshield to himself. He sees the pressure on Chaz. If they don't peel them off of Chaz, Chaz risks dying. He's trying to mind control him off the edge. Nice mind control, and Zeepy's in a 3v1.
Oh,
they take him down, and Skill Cap Black are going to the finals.
They also just secured themselves the #1 seed in EU. XRB
to assist with that. Now Looney walks out from the pillar, gets blinded. There is the Icy Veins. Ebon Bolt connects. No Paralyze available for Raikou. There's the Orb as well, and then he gets the Sheep as well. On top of that,
here, 85% versus Skill Cap Black. 85%. My goodness, have not dropped a single series. They have looked crazy with the lineup that they have brought here today. Skill Cap Black ultimately got knocked down by them. Now coming back out of the lower portion of the bracket, they secure themselves the #1 seed in the EU. But when we return, are they going to be able to secure the #1 seed for EUCup number 3? Are they going to be able to take first place? Are they going to be able to take down that prize money? We're going to find out after this. Triple Monk was able to bring them down before. I'm sure that they were trying to figure out an answer to that in their time off. But ladies and gentlemen, we are going to finish the EU region when we return.